Dillian Whyte drop Tyson Fury in sparring. Like, subscribe, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me hear what you guys think about what I'm going to say and what about this topic. But Dillian Whyte, did he drop Tyson Fury? This story is propped his head back up again. I think some recent exclusive footage came out of the sparring, you know, Fury and Whyte. Obviously it's not the full sparring, but you know, it's just interesting to see what it would look like if Dillian Whyte in the ring with Tyson Fury at the same time. Get a little gist of it. Obviously this was like some years back. Dillian Whyte wasn't as good as he was, neither was Tyson Fury, to be honest. But Sky's gonna have to talk with a few of, you know, sparring partners Tyson Fury. Obviously Tyson Fury's been coming at Whyte talking about he basically bashed him up in sparring. Dillian Whyte is thinking, what? This guy's trying to say he bashed him up in sparring? What's he on about? After I dropped him on his backside on the canvas. That's what Dillian Whyte's basically, you know, trying to say. He's saying he dropped Tyson Fury. Did Tyson Fury get dropped? You know, the comments of, I think they got comments from Peter Fury and a few of other sparring partners, and they've got one thing to say, but if you do really look in what they're saying, they don't actually say Tyson Fury didn't get dropped. Let's jump into some of the comments. Where are we? There's so many comments there. Let's see. I think I saw Peter Fury's comments somewhere. Where are we? Yeah, here we are. He said the camps we had with Dillian, he was very good in sparring. These are the words of Peter Fury. This is obviously Tyson Fury's uncle. He said he can hold his own with anybody. Now those are the words of Tyson, well, of Peter Fury. Now you know, Peter Fury hasn't actually come out at any point to dispel whether Tyson Fury was actually dropped or not. And compared to, you know, John Fury, Peter Fury's brother, Tyson Fury's dad, Peter Fury is someone who has much more of a calm head on himself. So if he's not come out to say Tyson Fury, his nephew, wasn't actually dropped, is there actually going to be an element of, he said Dillian Whyte can hold his own against anybody? Would Peter Fury, you know, not want to dispel that the fighter that he was previously training in Tyson Fury was dropped? You know, if that didn't happen, Peter Fury would say it didn't happen. He's not actually said it didn't happen, so maybe it might have happened. Let's jump into what some of the other sparring partners have been saying. He said this is Eddie Chambers. I think he fought Klitschko himself, contender. Yeah, it does say that. It said the sparring shocked the hell out of me when I first got there, and they got in the ring to spar. What do you call it? He said that I'm looking and I'm like, okay, Fury hasn't got a cup on, he hasn't got headgear on, he's in the ring, or he's gonna put it on when he's there. He never put one of them on. He's like, what the heck is this? I've never seen it before. So I'm like, wow, is this really how he sparred? I talked to the guys and they told me, so I think Dillian jumped in. Dillian's not taking off, is not taking anything off his punches. He's trying to go at it. I saw Tyson boxing so comfortably, but it's still, to me, I'm still looking like, yeah, he ain't that good. Wait until I get in the ring with him. His sparring did get really, really intense at times, but Tyson's is just a masterful boxer. At that point, he was just really starting to get to that super high level in top condition and all that. So you could see he was really turning it up, but it was good. It was great to see, to be able to be there for free, actually getting paid to watch stuff like that. When you're an athlete and you're at the highest level, you got to admire and just enjoy the fact that you're in range of greatness and seeing stuff go on around you, and you'll be part of it as well. It's nice. So those are the words of, you know, Eddie Chambers. Now Eddie Chambers himself hasn't dispelled it, whether Tyson Fury was dropped by Dillian Whyte. You know, he's sending signals that it was intense and it was tough. And he also said that Tyson Fury didn't wear head guards or anything like that. Is that one of the reasons why Tyson Fury could have got dropped? Taking punishment for no reason in sparring. Because obviously, where's the you know, the video itself? We can see Dillian Whyte. Where is it? Dillian Whyte's wearing headgear himself, obviously. You can obviously clearly see it. Tyson Fury did himself not wanting to wear any headgear. You know? But again, Eddie Chambers not dispelling it. Obviously, he said the fight, it was intense in sparring, it was tough, and obviously he said Dillian Whyte didn't let off anything on his punches, and saying Dillian Whyte was trying to go at it. I actually think that Dillian Whyte dropped Tyson Fury in sparring. I believe Dillian Whyte when he says he dropped Tyson Fury in sparring. You know, what's to suggest that he didn't? Has Tyson, you know, no one in Tyson Fury's corner has come out to dispel the fact that Tyson Fury dropped his sparring. Peter Fury himself was basically praising Dillian Whyte, and Eddie Chambers is praising Dillian Whyte, talking about he was bringing the smoke. Tyson Fury dropped in sparring, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, I wasn't there to see it live, but if people in your corner are not saying it's not true, then there must be an element of truth to what Dillian Whyte is saying. Obviously, it's sparring, and this was years ago as well. Both fighters have come along. Tyson Fury has definitely come on leaps and bounds. Dillian Whyte, no question that this guy's come along, all the way from getting knocked out by AJ, all the way to beating fighters like former WBO champion like Joseph Parker, beating Oscar Rivas, mandatory now for the WBC, taking on Povetkin. Gonna make a separate video on that. If he defeats Povetkin, he might arguably have the best resume behind Anthony Joshua in the whole heavyweight division. So both guys have come along. We don't know what's going to happen if they actually do take on each other. Obviously, at this highest level they both reached now. But before Dillian Whyte gets his shot, it's the war of words. Who dropped who banged up who. Let's wait and see what happens. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte potentially taking on each other for the WBC? You know, what do you think about Dillian Whyte against Povetkin? Will Dillian Whyte actually make it to that WBC mandatory and manage to get through Povetkin? Did Dillian Whyte drop Tyson Fury in sparring? That is the question of this video. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Support the channel, like, subscribe. Cool.